All right, Matt, thanks for coming along today.
Thanks, Paul.
And it's weird me saying thanks for coming along to you because I'm in your office.
Yes.
But anyway, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm Matt Peddlesden. I'm executive producer here for Train Simulator, Train Sim World at DoveTail Games.
Cool. All righty, we've got a couple of questions for you, Matt. If you think back in time to... Sorry, I'll start that again. If you think back in time to when TSW begun and you had the ability to time travel, what would you go back and tell younger Matt that needed to be different?
Be more bold. I think there are some elements of caution. Caution is sometimes, it's often a good thing, but sometimes you also just need to jump off that cliff and take that leap. And you know, some of the early choices and routes and so forth were maybe a bit restrained. And maybe we could have pushed harder on some of them. So I think that'd probably be sort of the broad advice, would just be to push harder. It's the right, you're doing the right thing. Keep going.
Yeah, well, I think the way the game's grown over the years does prove you're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
And some of those really old routes have really stood the stands of time.
Yeah.
Look at Sandpatch, I still love playing it.
Yes.
So.
I know Sandpatch, Great Western are really good. Rapid Transit's perhaps showing its age a bit more, but even then, we're still, you know, there's particularly the underground section. One of my favourite parts, actually, still to this day.
Yeah. Well, I think we talked about that once, where you learned a lot about lighting in that one because...
Yes, we learned an awful lot. We changed how lighting works in TSW entirely because of Rapid Transit, and everything, I think, as the lighting generally became a lot better because of it. And that's this whole thing about light baking, which we actually couldn't do before Rapid Transit. So it was, it's been a really interesting journey of sort of developing and progressing on. But I think in the last sort of 2 or 3 years, I think we've been more bold and pushed harder in a number of areas, and you know that's proved to be the right way to be.
Yeah, I think that really shows actually, because we've seen the increasing level of visual acuity, I guess is a description, in the game, and that really helps with the immersion because you really feel like you're there. It's not a cartoon, it's like a movie now.
Yes, yeah, no, it's a lot more involving, it's more engaging, it's about seeing more trains, doing more things. It's easy to get lost in the gameplay of the moment rather than the wider experience. And you know, sometimes you can have more basic gameplay in the moment if the wider experience fills up, meaning you're seeing more trains, more varieties of trains. The fact that you're just driving down a straight piece of track becomes a lot more interesting if you've got lots of things to see.
Yeah, and more trains does have those interesting moments. You go, ooh, look at that. And then, of course, I spad.
Well, me too. Or missed the station entirely. So rumour has it,
Not Nebworth or anything, no. I'll go on to the next one. So tomorrow a train-loving investor walks through the door with an unlimited budget. What would you do?
Me personally, and putting into aside whether it would make any commercial sense whatsoever, steam engines. Lots and lots of steam engines.
As a steam fireman, I appreciate that concept.
No, I love steam. I have a personal passion for steam. My favourite steam engines of all are the steam engines, the 9F and the 4, and the A4 are my 2 favourite steam engines. Although I do love a tank engine. I think the J50, the LNR J50 is one of my favourite tank engines. I like trains that have got a bit of a weird look to them, like the J50 or Q1 or something like that. And there's just, you know, I like the gameplay. I think they're really interesting. I think they make driving a straight piece of track a challenge. Yeah, there's a lot to do on them, but it's a very challenging system to implement. And then you end up with, the more detailed and the more accurate you get a steam engine simulation, the fewer and fewer people can actually do it. And it's kind of, it works the wrong way round. No, if someone's offering me pots of cash to make something that I want to make for me, then that's what I'm making.
Yeah, it's an interesting world in steam engines because I know with my firing it took me 18 months to learn how to do it well enough to pass my exam.
Yep.
In the time since then, I still learn absolutely every trip.
Everything, railwaymen learn every day, don't you? It's very much a case that you never stop learning. If you do stop learning, you're probably on holiday for that day. So it's it is a constant process. The machine, these steam engines, perhaps more so even than any other type of train, are these living, breathing machines that change. The temperature can change how the machine reacts. And so the engine that you thought you got used to is not quite behaving the same today. Yep. Or something not quite working right means it feels a bit temperamental today, and you're having to adjust to that. So there's this constant, trying to sort of, what's today's version of this engine feeling like, and how am I going to learn? And then learning the process for, reacting to that. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, and it's very true too, because I've actually fired the same engine several days in a row and had a different experience each day. So I certainly know that one.
Yes.
In simulation terms, a full-on firing simulator would actually terrify me, because such a tiny part of the community would actually get it and be able to play it, and everybody else would try and they'd give up.
I think everybody would love the fact that it was there. It would be a tick in the box that say, I know it's there, I'm too afraid to use it. It's like PZB. In German train simulation. I know a number of people that are happy and satisfied that it's there, but are too afraid to turn it on. And I think in a lot of cases you'll find the same sort of thing would happen with steam engines. I've spoken to a lot of people that they love the idea of steam, the romance of steam, it's beautiful, and then when you get into it and you try and drive it, let alone the firing side of it, even the driving side of it is so counterintuitive in a lot of respects compared to what you're used to. Pulling effectively the reverser backwards to go faster makes no sense until you understand the ways and means of all these things, and the fact that it's called a cut-off for a reason, not a reverser. You need to be more of an engineer to drive a steam train and understand how that train works. Now that always works. I mean, it's the way the Americans call their drivers engineers. It's, you can get away with it a lot more in the more modern locos where they are designed to be more get in and go. Obviously that's not the case. You've got to learn about the rest of the railway, but there's a difference between something like a Javelin 395 and an A4 steam engine. They are not the same.
Yep, the A4 will never beep at you meaninglessly. All right, well thanks Matt. And
thank you, Paul.
Good to be here and good to chat again.
Yeah, good to have you back again.
Yeah, and thanks for joining in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm Jamie from DoveTail Games.
Great, welcome along Jamie. So from your railway background, what's the biggest influence for you on your simulation journey?
Wow, yeah, that's an interesting question. I think it's just having the railway knowledge. I think that's helped me to get, to help where I've been in DoveTail Games. That's sort of where I've been. Oh, I'm going to start that again, actually, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think it's been very sort of an interesting, like you've learned things when you've been on the footplate and things like that, and you can take that into simulating, into driving, and also learning how the railway works. You learn a lot. And also it's helped me with DoveTail Games. Like when I've gone to heritage railways, visiting heritage railways. For example, one of the 4Fs that we did, I did a sound recording that ended up in the game. Say for example. So yeah, and it's great volunteering at Heritage Railway because you get all that. You still learn how a real railway works, which also has been great for being part of the simulation journey. So so to speak. Yeah.
Well, I definitely agree with the volunteering on a heritage railway, and I encourage everybody to go and do it because there's one near everyone, particularly here in England. You fall over them when you turn around accidentally and you go, there's a heritage railway.
Yeah.
But definitely get into it because it's
100%.
It's a hugely educational experience, and more importantly, you'll get into the railway family.
It does, yeah, and it does feel like a family when you join a heritage railway, and they're all different families, but they all get on with each other, and it's one thing. It's lovely to see. It's what a fun thing to do because you meet like-minded people. As I say, when you do events, you then, because you're a railway volunteer, they're like, you volunteer here, and then you make connections that way. Not just in the country you're from, like we've made a connection because we're both railway volunteers. It's the same, but also through DoveTail Games. But because we've got similar sort of things where we both like volunteer and both on the footplate, we both have those conversations.
Yeah, and it's always helpful when you visit a railway and they go, oh, you're a fireman or you're a driver, and I go, oh, you might as well come up here then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's great, and and that happens all over the world. I've been to Switzerland and it's the same. Oh, you're a volunteer here. What are you like? And sometimes even you just in communication, they say what loco you have and they talk about that engine and then yeah.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Everybody's so interested in what you do and what you've got on your railway at home. And
exactly.
And they're usually really eager to tell you what they've got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's very, very interesting in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh, well, great to learn a little bit more about you, Jamie.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cool. Well, welcome along. We're here at DoveTail Games.
Yeah.
For a reason we can't talk about, but that's tough for you. And if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Richy Rail. Some of you may know me. I obviously have a YouTube channel where I focus on all sorts of things. Train Sim World, a bit of Train Sim Classic, all sorts of chaos. I always spaddle like once or twice. And I like to be a bit...
He does spaddle.
Yeah, I like to cause a bit of carnage. But I'm Richy and
Yeah, cool. Well, at this event, which is all about ambassadors and other community leaders, I've got one question for you. Why are you an ambassador?
Honestly, because I absolutely love trains and I love Train Sim World. And it's just a nice community to be a part of. Everyone's really friendly and everyone shares the same passion. So that's the main reason. But of course, we get to play a great game and also this as well. So
this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it a bit weird that when you get here, I know when I came here, I thought, hey, wow, these people have legs and bodies.
Yeah.
Because you never see them.
Yeah. I'm normally used to seeing you in a corner, just a floating head. So, to hear you for once, a great thing. So, the camera's also gone off.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, that's fine.
No, that's fine. It is recording. Let me make sure. It is.
Okay, that's good. Blooper.
We'll leave that in because that'll be funny.
But yeah, it's really cool. Like I've said, this whole event, the likes of yourself and Joe and Tintin and whoever else that have come along, like I've watched all these people for years, and now to be here, seeing everyone is so surreal. And even like the DoveTail staff, you watch the preview streams and you see Matt, you see Harry, you see Alex, and to be able to just talk to them, like when we were sat earlier on, and you see Matt having a chat to people, and it's just like normally it's a screen, and I'm like, this is so surreal. So yeah, it's certainly an experience, and it is such an honour to be here as well and to meet everyone. It really is.
Yeah. I think one of the big differences for me in being here versus asking questions on a stream of someone like Matt is here he can be more open.
Yeah.
And you get a proper answer to a question, and you actually get enough information that you understand the why of something.
Yeah.
And I think often our community struggles with understanding the why behind certain decisions.
Yeah.
And being able to poke and prod and ask a few more questions in an open environment where everybody knows that it's closed doors, so the information's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
You suddenly do start to understand the why, and I think with me that helps me when I go home, and I can start talking to people and not tell them the actual why, because I can't, but I can assure them that there is a why.
Yeah, it's really good to relay that to the community, because people are saying like, oh, it's this and it's that. They say certain words like it's a cash grab and whatever else, and why have they done this and why have they done that? And we can take that back and say to the community like, this is why they've done it, and it make a bit of sense of it, and also help relay that across. And that's the main thing we do as ambassadors, is to sort of like get feedback from the community, but also get feedback from DoveTail themselves, and just sort of be like the middleman in a sense, and just try and help everyone out, and also have fun along the way, because we're all here to have fun, and it's all good, and we're all here to enjoy trains and Train Sim World and whatever else, and it's just it's just good fun to be a part of. So if we can be helpful, for doing our jobs properly.
Yeah. You remember not just DoveTail shills?
Oh no, not at all. No, not at all. We are, fans of the game at heart. We're, rail fans at heart, and we're able to embrace that through our own, forms of media and whatever else, for our streams, for our videos. So we're not shills. No, we are passionate about what we do, and we like it. Of course we do. That's why we do what we do, and that's why we played it beforehand. I mean, for many years before becoming an ambassador, I was customer, if you want to call it that. But I was still a regular player, but I'm just as passionate now as I was when I started playing the game. So it's just cool.
Yeah. No, it is a good thing, and I think understanding all these people, and we've got people from all over the world here today, because we've got people from Germany, we've got people from America, one from Australia, lots of people from all over the UK.
One from France.
Yeah, actually, yeah, there is. Yeah. So it's quite interesting. It's just such a diverse group of people, but still in a lot of ways the same.
Yeah. The fact that all these sorts of people that have come from all these different places and different cultures and whatever can come together and share their love for one thing, and that is trains. And I just think that's fantastic. I really do. Like, it's just harmless, isn't it? We're all here. We're all having a bit of fun. There's people here that we wouldn't have met if we didn't like the things that we do. And it's just good to be able to speak to some like-minded people, and also people that are passionate, really passionate. Especially, Matt himself is extremely passionate about, the product and trains, and happy to talk about it for hours. And I just think that's
so knowledgeable.
Yes. Oh yeah. It puts me to shame, because for me, I like trains. I don't know too much about them. So if people try and come to me for like expert advice or anything, I'm not usually the best person to. I'm just here to have fun and just enjoy it. But some people are more knowledgeable, like yourself, with like certain steam trains and whatever else. And some people will know stuff about Electrostars and whatever else. For me, it's a train. I know certain variants and classes of train and whatever else, and obviously I can tell if something's diesel and whether something's electric. But it's a case of it's just a passion. It's a hobby, and it's good to be also amongst people who have the knowledge, because you can take that on board and help relay that, and also learn a lot about trains, because I feel like I have learned a lot about trains since starting YouTube. And that was mainly one of the main reasons for setting it up, to learn more about trains and try and advance my passion for them. So
well, if you don't subscribe to this guy, you should, because there's a reason he's got one of the fastest growing YouTube channels among the ambassadors.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe, but it's cool. But it's down to the likes of yourself and the other ambassadors, and DoveTail themselves help promote it. So, but we all promote each other, and I really like that. I really love in streams where I'll be streaming and you might stream like an hour later, and then the same group of people will go across, and we all share different, the same members of the community, and we can all they'll come into my stream and say, Train Simulator Driver's done this and Tintin's done this, and I'm like, oh yeah, say hello for me. And I love that. I really love that. I think it's really nice. But yeah, it's kind of amazing to think about how it's growing, and I've just got to say thank you to, if you watch my stuff, a massive thank you. It does mean a lot, and obviously you give them the head start. I'll always give you the props for the head start. When I jumped into your stream, I said, I've set up a channel, and you was go sub to him, and I got 20 overnight, and that was nice. So it's just great. It really is.
Yeah. No, it's a good world. So
yeah.
It's interesting to me. Sometimes I'll be streaming, and I know Hentis is on at the same time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might be on at the same time, and Tintin's on at the same time.
Yeah.
And that some of the people in the stream are watching all four.
Oh yes.
All at the same time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I've had a few instances where people have joined mine, joined someone else's, and then someone said, oh yeah, so and so joined my stream and said certain things or whatever. And it's still nice that we can all people can share the stream. And sometimes I know when someone started streaming, because I'll go from 20 or 30 people watching down to 10. they've all buggered off. But,
yeah, that does happen.
That happens quite a lot. But then there's some people out there that will multitask, and that's impressive. I will give props to the people that do that. But yeah, it's a great community. It really is.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing about all of us is when you watch an event like that and you go, oh, I wonder where they went. It's not, oh, what a bastard. It's, I just wonder where they went.
Yeah. I like as well that if we can as well, if we're due to end our stream and we know that someone else is starting, or if it's just started, we'll redirect people as well. There's just a lot of care and consideration when it comes to communities and helping each other grow. I really like that. So it's been nice to become a part of it, but also be accepted and helped as well. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, this is a really accepting group, actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter how different you are, you will fit in.
Yeah. And although you see things on the forums of people kicking off about stuff, ultimately everyone's still relatively nice in the community. So it's still a really great community to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, well, cool. Well, thank you very much. I think we might wrap that up there because we're starting to get more people staring in the window.
Yeah, well, I've got a nice 3-hour journey home now, so I've got to get on an ironing board seat, a Zoomer, so that's going to be fun.
I've got about 6 minutes back to the hotel.
Oh, look at you, yeah, nice.
And then tomorrow off to pool.
Oh, nice, oh yeah. I hope you enjoy your journey around and enjoy sightseeing.
Yeah, should do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the month, I'm meeting the guy that's pacing out the window like an expected dad, which is Jamie, for the summer gala at the Norfolk Railway.
Oh, nice one, yeah.
So I'll be there for 3 days.
Ah, excellent. Well, I'll see you in a few weeks as well.
You will indeed.
Yeah, where we can talk more about.
Yeah. And we go up to North Yorkshire Moors and we'll talk about Richy's chest.
Yeah. No, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, so we met last year, so
Yeah.
I've met this guy physically before, but
Yeah.
it is awesome to catch up with people in the flesh as it is. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's so different to just chatting on Discord or whatever.
Yeah, it really is. It's a whole different experience. So, but yeah, it's been great.
Cool. Welcome along to another segment, and perhaps you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so most people know me as Raph. Most people have probably encountered me either on the train sim community, for which I am a news reporter. Others might know me as the manual writer for some routes and the one-on-one expert from Train Sim Germany.
I have to say, without your manual, I'd never make that thing move.
That was the goal, so I'd call that a success.
Yeah, it is very handy because it's a step up from a train that just yells at you in German, like the ICE3, to go into the Expert 101 and they go, okay, now I need to actually read German.
Or get the translation.
This is true. So, what do you get out of the train sim community yourself?
Can you just precise a bit more about what the question means exactly?
Yeah, sure. So, what's the benefit for you from working within the train sim community, and what do you like to do yourself? What do you give back?
Well, I'd say I encounter a lot of wonderful people overall. It has allowed me to travel around Europe, meet lots of interesting people, get involved a bit more with railway staff as well. It has furthered my knowledge and made me even more passionate about trains, and that's how also I ended up here with some of the knowledge and with some contacts to be able to, for example, write the manuals.
Yeah. Well, we've had about 30 odd of the community members here today with people like yourself who are working on content, and people with YouTube channels and Twitch channels, and people who help moderate the streams and things like that. So without talking about any of the specifics we've learnt today and yesterday, because we can't, but just what do you think of the last couple of days?
It was pretty interesting, really fun as well. There was a lot of familiar faces, like I always like seeing familiar faces, and new faces, like you, for example, first time meeting you. And it's always a lot of fun. It's always nice to also get a bit of an overview of what's coming next at DoveTail, because as I'm a staff member for a community server, it helps us prepare for the day that things get announced.
Yeah, when the announcements come out, there's always a lot of questions, and if we can think about in advance and think about what the likely responses are to our own communities, that is very helpful.
For sure, yeah.
And that's also one of the reasons these guys bring us in here.
Also, we might have to think about what's most controversial and what do we need to address first, yeah?
There's never anything controversial.
Never.
Yeah, it's always interesting how the community will actually react. And there's always, out of the whole, there's this little sliver that will react badly to anything. It doesn't matter what it is. And then there's the more moderate ones that are fairly constructive. Yeah. And then there's the ones that just, it's a game, play.
Yeah. What's most important is to have fun at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, because if you've got the 101's probably a good example. If you've got a really, really accurate train, and some people love that, and that's going to be a niche. But those people are a niche within another niche, because the train sim community is a niche. We're not an enormous part of gaming.
Yeah, it's become more prominent in recent years, because there's been DoveTail's presence has increased. There has been more indie developers as well who have been touching on other parts of the market. So it's getting bigger, I'd say.
Yeah, there's an enormous number of train games out now compared to what there was 5 years ago or 10 years ago, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many different developers now. And
Yeah, and we have platforms like Unreal Engine that really allows and empowers single or sometimes 2 developers to just build their game, the game that they wanted.
Yeah, Unreal's one of them. Unity's another one that people get into as well for building train games.
Yeah, perhaps a bit less now because of the controversies that they had.
Yeah, hopefully they've gotten over that.
We'll have
But
to see.
Epic tried that once too.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think all the engine manufacturers at some point, something goes to their head.
yeah,
Alrighty, well it's been really good to meet you. And,
yeah. It was really good to meet you. And
now I've got a face to the name, so when we're talking on the forum or in Discord or something, I know who you are.
yeah, now you do. And kudos to you for flying all the way here from Australia.
Yeah, I can't say it's fun, I really can't.
But the result is makes it
You
worth
get
it,
to come
right?
here, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, good to meet you.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully see you next year.
Of course. And hopefully see you for another manual. Who knows?
Okay, should do. Alright, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We played a game.